Federation. The whole thing and in confusion.
CARIFESTA 15 is getting ready to kick off, and we are heading to Barbados this time around. So let's see what all the fuss is about. This morning we're joined by Director of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc, Clarke, to get some insight on this edition of CARIFESTA. Good morning and welcome to the Now.
Good morning. It's great to be in the land of Trinidad and Tobago.
Of course it is.
All right.
Barbados is going to be the place to be next, but right now.
Trinidad is a place of festivals, and all of the top icons of culture are here, and we are very, very happy to be launching this right here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, Trinidad is happy to have you because we have also hosted CARIFESTA in the past, and it has been quite the elaborate production. So in a bit of continuing that trend, if you will, across the region, everybody is proud to be part of it. Tell me what we can look forward to CARIFESTA 15 in Barbados.
Well, from August the 22nd to August the 31st, Barbados will be the locus, the focal point for all things cultural coming from the Caribbean. We are expecting about 25 countries to be in Barbados. So it's like experiencing 25 cultures and peoples all in one place. And we are very, very fortunate to be hosting this event. It is the 15th edition of CARIFESTA. The theme is Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence. And you can see why we have paired those two, because even though we are a small community of nations, we have always produced global standards, always produce world-class events, and we are very, very happy to be part of this.
I quite like that you put it that way, that the Caribbean, though small, has produced world-class events and persons as well. When we talk celebrating that excellence, will we see actual individuals being honored at this time around specifically?
Well, absolutely. We want to focus on all the territories, and there'll be a focus on theater, on film, on the arts, fine arts, the performing arts, visual arts. We'll be having fashion. I saw our colors today match a little bit, and you're a fashion icon, I can see, you know, so it's going to be great. But one of the things that will stand out about CARIFESTA 15 is the big discussions. We are having some discussions around climate. As you know, we are all vulnerable economies within the Caribbean. Okay. And it's very important that we focus on preparing ourselves, not just as a response to what is happening climate-wise, but to get ahead, to mitigate, and to plan and to strategize so that we can create a legacy going forward. And as you know, our Prime Minister, she has been a leading voice and a global advocate for small island developing states in this area, and we want to really do well as we look forward to planning for the future in relation to climate.
So Graham, tell me how things will take shape, because there's a lot to cover. If we're talking fashion, we're talking culture, we're talking big conversations, it means that we have a number of forums that we could look forward to. Walk me through a little bit of the calendar then.
Well, the 22nd, there's going to be the grand opening ceremony. You can imagine what that will look like as we converge on the festival village, which is going to be at Waterford. There are a number of other locations as well. The Barbados Community College will be there for the youth festival, and the youth forums will be held there. And all across the nation, there'll be these spaces, you know, that will pollinate the whole festival, and we will be having expressions and expositions and exhibitions of culture in these places. Right. There are about 150 plus activities that are going to be happening during those 10 days. It's going to be an immersive 10 days of activity, and yes, there's something there for everyone. So we're looking forward to it.
I quite like that, something there for everyone, because as we were talking before, a part of my memory is CARIFESTA as a child, but then as an adult I was able to appreciate what it brings to the economics of the country, the region as well, and of course those bigger conversations. But what you're describing, yes, sounds like everybody can participate, but how?
Yeah, it's really a celebration of Caribbean people, of the ordinary people, and many delegations will be coming. We have a delegation from Ghana, for example. We have Brazil, we have Colombia, we have Cuba, and all of the Caribbean territories will be there represented. So it's a celebration of people, and everyone will be involved. So when these delegations come, they'll be showing us the food, they'll be, you know, wine tasting, whatever they're producing within the Caribbean, it is going to be there. So our mixologists, our chefs will be on show, and they'll be giving us some of the best of what the Caribbean offers. It is going
really
to be
upset.
an exhilarating experience.
I'm upset because I'm not going to be there.
Why aren't you going to be there?
Because work. I have to be here.
Okay, I have to talk to your boss.
I like how this is going. This is taking a great turn.
You need a few days off to
I
come
need
and to represent
experience
Trinidad
and represent.
and
Make me part of the
Tobago.
delegation. But the delegations that you mentioned are outside of CARICOM nations altogether. So tell me a little bit as to what we hope to derive from the inclusion of them in this event.
Well, even though it's Caribbean, it's a global event. And we have also Caribbean people in the diaspora. So those communities are also converging on Barbados. They're coming back. They have a contribution to make, and I believe they have a voice. They have something to say. We have to preserve the best of Caribbean culture, and I think there's going to be a conversation around that and how best can we create a legacy for the future and to leave something behind that the young people can be very, very proud of. And we want to do that at CARIFESTA 15 right in Barbados.
I like that we're thinking of that next generation. And as I was saying, in terms of how we can be involved in that, is it that we need to book tickets, we need to reserve spots to be part of those conversations on climate change, for example, or we just come and witness? How are we partaking?
Yeah, visit barbados.org/CARIFESTA. Go there, you will find all of your information on booking. Book your tickets right now. Cal is on board. We had a meeting last night, and they're ready to accommodate all those who are the last-minute travelers and are ready to come down to Barbados. So yes, we have our airline partners on board. The hotels are on board, the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association and the Intimate Hotels of Barbados, which is a group of 41 small boutique-type hotels and guest houses. So we say that we have accommodation from luxury to the very budget-conscious traveler, so you do not have to worry. There's a space, there's a place for you in Barbados.
I know there is, but there will be a place in my heart for CARIFESTA because I will not be setting myself up. Now, if you were to perhaps articulate what you hope to derive from CARIFESTA 15, the big picture, what is the biggest accomplishment you hope to achieve off of this edition?
Well, it starts with celebration. I think coming out of COVID, there has been this suppression of emotion, this suppression of who we are as a people. And this is going to be the first CARIFESTA after COVID. And I think it's an opportunity for the whole Caribbean to exhale, to breathe, and to just express themselves. As you know, Trinidadians know how to do that, to express themselves, to move, to dance, to enjoy. But as I said, I think the big discussions around climate and what we can do in the area of mitigating whatever, we are very, very, very vulnerable to these shocks, and we want to prepare ourselves for that. So that will be one of the takeaways. And of course, the fact that we are converging as one people. There's more that connects us than divides us, and sometimes we focus on those differences, and it will be a celebration of difference as well. So we look forward to having everyone from the whole Caribbean come to Barbados, August the 22nd to the 31st, 10 days of an immersive experience that you must be a part of. We look forward to having you.
I look forward to me being there too, Graham. I'm going to speak it into being, fingers crossed. But I do appreciate that you're making the time to have these conversations with us. I hope that we can check in with you post-CARIFESTA so we can learn of some of the derivatives and things we can improve on as we continue to have these celebrations for 15 more editions to come.
Absolutely.
Fingers
and we
crossed.
look forward to connecting with you and to sharing on those outcomes
Delightful.
from CARIFESTA 15.
Before we wrap, though, please remind me of the website to head to again so that we can make sure that everybody's there.
It's visit barbados.org/CARIFESTA.
And there you
that
have
will
it.
create links to all of the social media pages as well, and you will have information on how you can book the packages that we're offering, and we look forward for you to book. Do not miss it. If you do, you can only blame yourself.
And your boss, in my case. But for now, let me say thank you very much for joining us this morning. Of course, Mr. Graham Clarke, the director of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., which is giving us some insight into CARIFESTA 15. Mark your calendars, the 22nd to the 31st of August, we are heading to BIM and we are celebrating ourselves. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you, and don't forget the beach.
I can't. He just poured it on. Man, I'm going to take a break and try to gather myself as we get ready to celebrate CARIFESTA and so much more through the Now Morning Show. We'll be back after these messages.